Morning everyone, photography fans, YouTube people. I'm here at my favourite location, Waterfall Reservoir, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a comparison between the Canon 5D Mark II and the Canon 5D Mark III. So it's going to be same lens, same settings, same shot, just to compare the image quality of the two. Now in terms of their resolution, they're very close, very similar. One's 21 megapixels, one's 22. But there are some differences in dynamic range and a few other things. So that's what we're going to do today. And the first shot I'm going to take, well, it's a no-brainer really. The lake is absolutely perfectly still. There's not a ripple on it anywhere. So the reflections are stunning. It's like a mirror. There's a beautiful cloud drifting over the hills. So nature's kind of doing it for me this morning. It's almost like cheating. It's so good. Conditions are just perfect. The colours are beautiful. We've got some beautiful autumn colours. So I'm going to get set up and let's see what these shots look like. Right, so I've got the 5D Mark II on to start with. I've got the 24-105 lens on, ISO 100, f11. Just wait for this car to go past. And I've got the mirror locked up, and I've got a 2-second timer. There we go. That looks great. That's the 5D Mark II. Right, so I'm going to switch cameras now. I'm going to put the Mark III on and let's see if we can notice any difference. Okay, so the first thing to notice about the Mark III as opposed to the Mark II is you've got way more on your live view to play with. So for instance, I've got a level here. Get my shot framed absolutely spot on level. I've also got a live histogram so I can check that my exposure is good. Okay, so I'm going to take the shot now. Same shot, same composition, 2-second timer. There we go. Okay, so here is the raw file from the 5D Mark II. And there is the 5D Mark III file. Now, I can see straight away that for some inexplicable reason, because I didn't move the lens or anything, the 5D Mark III file is wider. Well, the 5D Mark III shot is wider than the 5D Mark II shot. Now, I don't know whether that's anything to do with the sensor or the viewfinder. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that is. If anybody knows, please leave a comment. Okay, so there's the two different files. Now, what I'm going to do now is show you quickly how I might edit this file. So the first thing I would do is I would bring up the shadows. So I'm going to leave the exposure for now and just bring up the shadows. There we go, that just brings out the colour in the trees a lot better. And then to get some detail in the sky, I'm going to push that dehaze slider along a little bit. There we go, so that's given us a little bit more definition in the sky. There wasn't a lot anyway, it was a dull, overcast, misty scene, so I'm not overly concerned about how detailed the sky looks. I'll push that clarity slider maybe just a little bit, not very much. Tiny little bit of sharpening, again not much. And then what I will do is I will go to the exposure and I will bring it up till everything just pops. And just by bringing up that exposure. Now I find that if I pull the exposure up first and then make all the other adjustments, I find myself going back and pulling the exposure back down again, or I always find it better this way. This is another one of my favourite spots in this location. This waterfall that we've got here. It's actually a man-made waterfall in a way, because there's a pipe at the top there that channels lots of leaks that run up on the moor, carry all the water down from the moor through and into the reservoir. Now, I know I've shot this place before. If you're familiar with my videos, I've got a video from this particular spot before, but I just want to photograph it again with the two cameras just to get that comparison. Okay, so if you can hear me above the noise of the water there, I've got the same settings as the previous shot. I've framed up my shot, so let's give it a whirl. Great. Okay, so let's try the Mark III. Okay, so again, exact same settings, ISO 100, f11. I'm using the same focal length, so just over 70mm. I've framed the shot up pretty much as identical to the previous shot. So 2-second timer again, mirror locked up. And what I'm seeing on the back of these cameras is accurate, it's looking like the Mark III has definitely got more dynamic range, but we won't know that till we get the files up on the computer so we can have a closer look. Okay, so this is the 5D Mark II file on the Waterfall. So let's just zoom in into the middle of the frame. Let's have a look at the detail and the colours. So it's looking pretty sharp, colours are good, nice amount of detail there. Okay, so this is the 5D Mark III raw file of the Waterfall. So I'm going to zoom in again, just have a look at the detail, and I think there is more detail there. It's slightly sharper, and perhaps a little bit more dynamic range I'm seeing. Right, so I've put on the 70-200 and I've zoomed all the way into 200mm. I've spotted a composition, kind of just a section of this waterfall I really like, and that's the beautiful thing about autumn, is looking for the smaller details and zooming in and getting those sort of more abstract, intimate shots. So this is my absolute favourite time of year for doing this, doing landscape photography. I just love it, it's just fantastic. When you get days like this, you know, some people would say, well, the sky's really grey and conditions are dull, but we've got mist, it's cool, it's not too warm, it's not like freezing cold, it's just cool. We've got some nice mist, everything's perfectly still and calm, beautiful colours in the landscape. It's just amazing. And some people will say, oh, you've got no light at all. It's kind of soft, subdued. It's like nature's kind of filter. Really soft, subdued light. And anything you photograph is going to look absolutely natural. It's not going to be enhanced by lots of sunlight or anything. So you've really got to be careful with your composition and make sure you pick out things, pick out details that are going to look good.
Okay, so I'm going to leave you with another couple of images that I took that day. I hope you enjoy them, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then give us a like, give us a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.